So iTalk recently uploaded this video titled, I have no idea what to do. And I think this will be a very interesting conversation to have with the Fortnite community. I've seen Mr. JOI making a video on it. I've seen Clark Clint making a video on it, or Clark did a stream about it. Both those were phenomenal. You can find their links in the description down below as well. And you guys need to check out what they have to say about it. And they made some very, very good points. I have already seen this video by iTalk. Typically, we get authentic reactions over here on the channel. But again, I have already watched this. And I feel like I have a couple things that I could add. I've been a regular viewer of iTalk since the OG days. I've watched pretty well every single one of the commentaries he's put out, and he talks about Fortnite content, skin culture, his channel, and as somebody with a ton of influence in the scene, I think this would make for a pretty fun reaction video. And again, everybody else has been putting their 2 cents in. I'd like to add that as well. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's get into what iTalk has to say for this video.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is iTalk here, and today I have a little bit of a channel update video slash sort of like a conversation video I wanted to make for quite a while now.
Now, sorry to put a little of a pause on this very quickly. This background, oh my god, it is beautiful. When I listened to this video at work, and that's when I listened to both Mr. JOI and no, Clark I was listening to while I was working. I had a stream on in the background, so every single time that I've heard this, and it's like my third watch on this now, I guess. I was watching it in background content. And this is a beautiful background over here.
I have been wanting to talk about this for a while, and I think it's time that we have this discussion now, because if I kind of keep ignoring it, then we're not really going to be progressing much at all with this channel. And I wanted to talk about my thoughts and opinions with what's been going on. So I want to say, ever since the metaverse thing started back in chapter 5 of Fortnite.
Now, I'm sorry, we do have to abide by fair use guidelines over here. I have to cut him off a little bit. And I know that he's going to get into the metaverse and how he doesn't like the metaverse and how Fortnite doesn't end up feeling the same. I think there is a little bit with iTalk's situation that I want to add to it, but I'll let him expand on that first.
I will be so straight up with you. I lost all sense of knowing what to talk about with Fortnite because we got so much at the same time. There's so much to talk about. People are so split on what they play. To me, it was so much easier for me to create commentaries and content on Fortnite when all we had was Battle Royale.
That's a very interesting take. Very interesting take. I don't know if I agree with that or not. I find myself and I'm different from a lot of creators, and I don't want to sit here and go like, oh my god, look at me, my great ideas. I truthfully don't want to come around like this. I have not run out of things to talk about because of all of the different things that's going on with Fortnite, but the problem being, might be my interest level because I still love Fortnite. I still love listening what's going on with it. And I know there's a lot of people like iTalk being one of them, being a little bit overwhelmed and not really diving into the content so much. There's a lot of people who constantly hate each other within the community, and I still find joy out of making community videos. So it's not definitely an understandable take to not really know what to do. And a lot of creators are feeling the same way.
And the LTMs, they were fine, but now it's like we have so many creative maps, we have all these metaverse modes, and we have all these other modes, like we have Blitz now, we have Reload, and we have all this other stuff. And in my mind, I'm thinking I'm so convoluted with what's going on, and I've lost that sort of want to make content for Fortnite anymore. Now,
I'll let him finish his point really quick.
I will still do the item shop videos.
We're going to talk about the item shop videos. From an outside perspective, okay? From an outside perspective, and I could be wrong. This is why I'm saying from an outside perspective, okay? It seems like iTalk lost interest in Fortnite when his account got banned, and it wasn't because of all of the metaverse things, because his account got banned right before Chapter 4. Maybe it was Chapter 3. Maybe it was Chapter 3. It must have been Chapter 3. Regardless, if it was the end of Chapter 2 or the end of Chapter 3, we continued on to having one of the greatest seasons of all time, that being Chapter 4 Season 1 or Chapter 3 Season 1. I can't remember. I'm having a blank on exactly when that happened. When that happened, you could tell that there was a complete shift in the attitude that iTalk had with Fortnite, and there is nothing wrong with that. I get that. I highly doubt that I would be as interested in the game if I lost everything, and losing everything for such and I understand the bitterness. I completely understand the bitterness behind what happened. I would feel the same way with all of you build your account over the years, right? I can't imagine losing all of the skins, all of the presets, and everything that I've picked up along the way, all the different loading screens that I have, things like that. I think that would kill my interest in the game. So from an outside perspective, it doesn't really seem, it could be Fortnite. I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination with Fortnite. I think it's a combination with him losing his account. I get that. I would feel the same way. Okay, so I don't want to say that in like, oh no, it's just the account he lost. You know, I don't mean to come off like that. It's understandable, but it seems like that's what it is.
They're totally fine. I have zero issue with doing those. People still seem to like those videos, even though I have noticed that, yes, Fortnite item shops aren't doing nearly as well as they used to back in the day.
I agree with that. And I still watch and this is something that we're going to be talking about as we continue on the video, because I watch iTalk, and I would imagine that a lot of people watching this video who also like iTalk feel the same way. I watch iTalk to watch iTalk. I don't watch iTalk to watch the item shops. Back in the day when I first watched the channel, yeah, sometimes I would watch it for a shop update. But the shops were a lot more interesting then, to go back to like what the iTalk was saying. I liked it a lot more when the shops were so small and you would be like, what's going to return today? I loved that. I thought it was very, very fun for like the cosmetic culture of Fortnite, and that's been lost over the years. I find myself, while I still appreciate the designs of skins and stuff, and I still like seeing new skins, it is not nearly the same. I loved watching all of the item shops and like waiting for, like, I would wait like with iTalk in those videos, like, oh my God, I need to see what iTalk had to think about this. I'd see the Fortnite item shop, and then it was such an easy type of content to digest. Like, okay, there's a few new things in the shop. Oh, this is so nice. Like, it's funny, right? I enjoyed seeing iTalk's perspective on the item shop, and that's why I still do watch his item shop videos. My point in bringing that up is because it used to be for both. I would watch for iTalk, and I would also watch for the item shop. But now I just watch for iTalk, and that's still great. Like, I still love seeing his opinion on everything. It's just, I can understand why he wouldn't want to make the item shop videos, or he's losing a little bit of passion for them too. And I know I'm circling a little bit back, but something that I was about to mention with that entire point is I was just doing a stream with Clendeck and 0BR, and we were talking about, I think it was because I mentioned that I was watching Clark's stream and Clark's opinion on it, because I loved what Clark had to say about it. So again, in the description down below, we have all of the people that we regularly collaborate with on the channel. You can find both Clark and Mr. JY. I thought both of them made really, really nice videos on the topic. Again, Clark's was a stream. But circling back again, sorry, I'm getting a little bit off track. I was talking to Clark about this, and he completely agreed, or we were in agreement that we both love watching iTalk for iTalk. He is the perfect guy for like a YouTube commentary. He's the perfect guy, and I can't remember the word that Clark used to describe it. It wasn't orgasmic, but it was something like that. And I was like, dude, that's so true. Like, he has the perfect voice for it. He has the perfect mannerisms for it. And that's why I really enjoyed listening to his commentaries, and still do, you know? It's why I enjoyed listening to his live streams. I can't remember the word Clark used, but it was a very positive word. Okay.
And I don't really know the reason behind that as well. I'm wondering if it has something to do with maybe that you can access the Fortnite shop from the website now, so it's way easier to see the shop on the go without needing to check out my content anymore.
I don't know about that. I've never, I've visited like just a couple times, but again, and I think a lot of viewers would agree with this, I go to the item shop videos to see what iTalk has to say about the item shop. I don't require his video to see what's in the item shop, but then again, that might be the reason for the dip in views, because in the OG days, you kind of did require iTalk if you weren't home, right?
Or that's a possibility. There's a lot of different factors as well. I also feel as though that skins in Fortnite aren't as interesting as they once were. I feel like because we have so many outfits, we have over 2,000 outfits in the game at this point now. I feel as though people are suffering from skin fatigue. I feel like people just aren't as interested in the cosmetics anymore.
I wouldn't say that. I would say like people are less interested in the shops, because the shop is huge, and the fact that you have like, remember, I already talked about it, but like the smaller shops, it was more fun to see like what was actually going to get fit into the shop, that type of stuff. That I believe isn't as strong. But if iTalk, and one of the videos the series that I loved from iTalk, one of my favorite things that he ever posted was reviewing every skin coming out from the skin leaks. If he still did this regularly, I can guarantee you, and I would love to hear some feedback in the comments down below if anybody feels the same way. I would still regularly watch those videos. I've always enjoyed his commentary on skins. I still love the cosmetic culture, and I think that Fortnite's pumping out some really, really great skins. So if iTalk were to continue making those videos, I, as a viewer of his, would still enjoy watching those. I would see zero dip in interest. So I still am interested in skins. It's just the shop specifically have been losing steam, and it was because they're so big now.
More focused on the gameplay, which I feel like has always been that, but skins used to have a lot more attention on them. And I'm not saying like the skins are bad now, but it kind of shocks me how little attention the shop videos get now. It could be because it's the summer, but it's been like this for a while now, and I'm not like upset about it because I'm still getting attention on the videos and stuff like that.
And it's important to note too, like at the end of the day, iTalk is still incredibly successful, and he's somebody to look up to as a creator. Like he is an inspiration. You would love to, everybody who's been making YouTube content would love to reach like the status where iTalk is. And it must hurt a little bit like to see the dip, but I think it's still important to note like he's still a very, very, very successful man, and I deeply, deeply respect that.
But what I've noticed is that it's just not what it used to be. So I wonder, is it something that I'm doing? Is there something I can do with the videos that could make them better? I would love some feedback with that.
If he's looking for feedback, I would like to see more commentaries pumped out. I'm going to be honest. Something that I'm not completely interested in is I'm tired of Fortnite. I don't like the game anymore, but there's a huge audience for that. I'm talking about me personally. If iTalk were to go back and make videos on a bunch of cosmetics and a bunch of skins talking about what he likes about the new skin leaks, I don't think that has really changed. I just the people aren't making videos on it. I would still be very interested in that type of content.
And yeah, I haven't made a commentary in a while because I'm just so lost on what to make content on. Because usually when I make content on Fortnite, it's usually me being upset or mad that Fortnite is doing something that is not good for the game. And I don't want to be someone that just constantly is negative about Fortnite, because I don't want to be in a bad mood. I don't like making content when I'm in a bad mood. So I'm at this spot right now where I'm thinking like there's too many modes. There's the fan base is so split up on everything. A lot of original players aren't even playing the game anymore. We have a whole new group of people that now play the game, which I think is totally fine. But the fact that like we have newer people playing the game and not so much of the older people playing the game again, it just like feels like now there's like this new form of content you got to make. Or
new form of content's an interesting way to put it. Throughout the past year, and this is another thing that we were talking about on our stream, is a lot of people have been making really, really, really negative videos about Fortnite, and that's what's been picking up views. So there's, like I said, there's definitely an audience for that type of stuff, but then again, iTalk doesn't want to upload that type of stuff, and that's understandable. I am not one of those guys who uploads, like, I just upload my true thoughts about Fortnite. I'm a pretty relatively happy guy, and I don't look too deeply into a video game, so when I have something negative to say about Fortnite, it's not like the end of the world like a lot of these YouTubers make it out to be. I'm not saying iTalk does that, but there's a lot of YouTubers doing that type of stuff. The content's changed, the audience has changed, and the good thing about it, though, is I think it's only going to grow with time. We've had this conversation, too, and you guys should check out the stream that we just did, because we talked about it. I'm probably going to make a video out of the conversation that we ended up having, so end up after this video, looking out for that in the coming week or so. I have been in disagreement with a couple people and saying that I still do think that Fortnite content has an absolute future. A lot of people are worried about like the type of content to make. I'm sitting here. I'm going to keep making Fortnite videos, because every single time that we've had this conversation where Fortnite's losing steam, it just picks right back up. I think this game is going to go down as the greatest game of all time, and there's only going to be more things to talk about as time goes on. There's just a rough patch for a lot of people.
something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm completely just guessing here, because I don't really watch a lot of other Fortnite content creators, if I can be completely honest. It's not that I have a dislike for them. It's just a matter of like, well, Fortnite's my work game, and I don't want to focus on Fortnite content from other people. I want to focus on my own.
Now, that's a reality for a lot of people, too. A lot of people don't want to bring their work home, right? That I totally get that. I'm in disagreement with a lot of people, but I'm the minority of the situation. I still love this game. I still love talking about this game, so I don't look at it as like, oh, bringing my work home, you know? But that kills motivation for a lot of people.
But I just haven't been in that headspace to make content on the game when I feel like so much is going on, where I feel like everyone is so split on where everything is going that I don't know where to start with content again. Again, it was way easier back in the day because everything was Battle Royale. Battle Royale, Battle Royale, the occasional Save the World commentary, Battle Royale, Battle Royale.
But where I'm a little bit confused on, and I know like we talk about this every year with Epic Games going on break. At the time recording this video, it is July 11th, and Epic Games, I believe they're still on break. If not, they're just returning. There's not a lot to talk about within those 2 weeks because there's really no updates. But there's still a ton always going on with Battle Royale, and there is still always a ton to talk about Battle Royale. You could just ignore those other modes, and there still is a audience for pure Fortnite Battle Royale. There's a ton to talk about.
And Battle Royale still gets plays, but we're at the point now where this new mode called Blitz is actually overtaking player count for Battle Royale. And that kind of concerns me, because that almost tells me that people would rather play a 5-minute game of Fortnite than a 22-minute game of Battle Royale in 2025. And I understand maybe it's attention span. Maybe people just want that 5 minutes of gameplay and they don't really want drudge of 22 minutes of gameplay. Maybe that's it.
Now, I'm interested to see where Blitz ends up being like months down the road, because it's still new right now and it's a really, really fun mode. I get the appeal for Blitz. It's not for me personally, but I totally understand why a bunch of people prefer that. I have always been on team. It's probably a big attention span thing. A lot of people, especially, and this is only getting worse year by year by year, everybody is frying their attention spans with social media, TikTok, getting addicted to lust, things like that. And that is a very, very real thing to talk about. People cannot handle just walking around nowadays. And as bad as I think it is for the world, I have always been in support of like the idea. Support's an interesting one, okay? Because I don't want to say that I think it's good for people, but it's understandable why Epic Games has been working on having the TikTok slider. And I always forget what the actual feature's called. Like when you're waiting for a game or when you're walking around in Fortnite, you can start scrolling on TikTok while you're doing that, get the Subway Surfer going. Oh my God. That's a good solution. But it's always been interesting to me too, that I never in a million years would have thought, with my entire history loving Battle Royale, and I still love Battle Royale, don't get me wrong. I love Battle Royale. I love Fortnite Reload now. Fortnite Reload will always be my go-to when playing this game. I always want to play Fortnite Reload. If it was up to me, I'd be playing Fortnite Reload all of the time. Part of that, though, is because of the bot problem in Battle Royale. And I understand the bot problem is a conversation for another time. We've talked about it at great lengths on the channel. If we had a toggle, and I'm sorry, I know I've talked about this a lot. If we had a toggle, and I would gladly, like I said, I would gladly wait for a longer queue if that meant I can get a bunch of real players. If I could get into a lobby of 100 people with 100 real players, I think that I would enjoy a Battle Royale a lot more than I do. And that's not to say that I don't enjoy Battle Royale. The bots have gotten so bad over the years that I would much rather play a game like Fortnite Reload. I don't think it's worth it anymore to play a 25-minute game of Fortnite, walking around, looting up, just to fight bots. That's not fun to me. It's only fun when you have these small interactions with people, but you have to actually work with those interactions. You have to actively hunt down the few real players in the game. I think Battle Royale has changed a lot, and that's why I prefer Fortnite Reload. But I think even if Battle Royale was perfect, I'd prefer Fortnite Reload a little bit. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I take that back. I love Battle Royale so much, and I love the genre of Battle Royale. The bots are the problem for me personally. But again, I don't want to dive into that whole conversation, even though I just did a little bit. It's just interesting. Like, my point being, I could see Blitz succeeding. I totally see the appeal behind Blitz, and it's like me, who I can't believe that I prefer Fortnite Reload over to Battle Royale. I would have never thought something like that would be possible for me as somebody who's loved this game since Chapter 1. Never getting tired of it.
And again, I think that's totally understandable, but it's just everything is evolving so fast, and I'm just so confused on what to really do. So I like feedback. I would like to know what you guys think, what I could do, what I should do with the channel. Now, I want to talk about something that I've been doing behind the scenes, because I haven't just been doing nothing. I've actually started making content on my video game collection. I realized that when my Fortnite account got disabled, that these cosmetics can be revoked at any time. And I wanted to—
Yeah, you never truly own them. like a lot of things nowadays. You will own nothing and you will be happy. That's a very true statement that's been going around.
To start up a physical collection, and I've been collecting PS1 and PS2 games for the past few years. It didn't just start when the account got disabled. I've been doing it on and off for quite a while, but I've just been enjoying making TikToks and short form content on a TikTok channel as well as my iTalk2 channel. I've been enjoying uploading PS1 and PS2 game content.
Now, if anybody's interested in any of that content, which is really, really cool, you can check out iTalk's links. And obviously, if you're watching this video, you're likely subscribed to iTalk. But on the off chance that you aren't, the links will be available in the pinned comment description down below.
It doesn't really feature any gameplay, but it allows me to talk about my other passion. I don't only play Fortnite. I play a whole lot of other stuff, and I'm very into retro gaming, especially with things like retro achievements. If you guys don't know, you have definitely played on a newer gen console to the point where if you play like the campaign of a game, you would get achievements on the Xbox, or you would get trophies, or you would get Steam achievements. I find achievements very fun, but I also find retro games very fun. And retroachievements.org allows you to grind out achievements in games that never had achievements.
Whoever came up with that idea is genius. I didn't know that was a thing until iTalk mentioned it. I've never heard of that before. What a smart idea. That's cool. And there's a lot of people like iTalk. Like, that's not for me personally. I enjoy just playing the game. Like, drop me in a battle royale. I want to fight players. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I like people who like achievements. It's just, that's not for me personally. I see the appeal for it. Like, my dad, that's straight up my dad's alley. Like my point being, there are so many different people who like to do different things in video games. I find that stuff tedious, but that is so cool for the people who love it. I can't believe that hasn't been done sooner.
And it's community driven. There are people that are coders that know how to make achievements pop in certain situations in video games, and I find that to be really cool. And I have been grinding it, and it's just been such a fun thing for me to do. And I would love to make content on retro achievements and video games, retro games in general.
Now, this is the type of thing that I was talking about in the stream with Clark, and this is where Clark and I completely were in agreement on. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I would imagine a ton of iTalk's viewers go to iTalk for iTalk. And this is something that I ended up saying to Clark, and he agreed with it completely, where if he made this type of content on retro games, on achievements, I would watch this even though I'm not interested in it. Look, nothing's in my room. I don't collect anything. I'm not that type of guy. But because I enjoy the commentary that iTalk provides, and he does such a good job doing it, like he just like, the entire vibe that he gets is very captivating, and it makes for like perfect commentary videos. I would watch that. I would watch him talk about retro games. I would watch him get all of these retro achievements, even though that's something I'm not interested in. And I would imagine a lot of the people who watch his videos feel the same way.
I'm writing out a script for a review of the Breakout game on the PS1, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying other things other than Fortnite right now too. So not only am I struggling figuring out what to do for Fortnite content, but I'm also getting into retro game reviews, and I want to kind of pursue that. And I know that's not what you want to hear. I know that's not something you want to see. And I was honestly thinking maybe when I get this Breakout review done, I should try uploading it here.
Like with the success that iTalk has had, obviously his opinion matters way more than mine. From an outside perspective, from somebody like the experience that I've had so far, which I'm not going to step forward. Again, he has had so much more success than me, so his decision is probably way better than anything I could come up with. I think it would be best for another channel, but I love the idea of getting to this. He's clearly motivated by this, and if you can enjoy your work, that's all the better. Like, I enjoy talking about Fortnite. I enjoy making videos about Fortnite. That's what helps me stay the grind. But ultimately, look how great I am. You know, I don't want to come off like that, but like I'm a very disciplined person, so no matter what, I would be uploading the Fortnite content. It's just a lot easier when you really enjoy doing this, and he clearly has a passion for this. And the content that you can make for retro games is endless, limitless. I would like to see him pursue this personally.
I don't see the harm in trying out something different with the channel, especially if Fortnite content for me personally just isn't working. I don't know what I need to do to bring Fortnite back into this channel, but something tells me that because, again, with how everything is going right now, I feel as though I'm so trapped in figuring out what to do with the channel, and I want to make content for the channel that I would watch. I love watching other people talk about retro games, and I would love to do the same.
And a lot of people would like to see him upload the same thing too. Again, I don't know if there's a way that he can bring Fortnite back, because like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if what happened to me, and again, outside perspective here, I could be wrong. I'm not saying that this is how iTalk feels. It's just what I believe he feels. I don't think that I would love this game ever again if I lost everything to do with my account.
I would love to make short form content, long form content, talking about retro games. I would find that to be a really fun time. And I can do that on my iTalk 2 channel, or I could do it on a new channel. But I feel as though I'm wasting an opportunity here. This channel has 1.1 million subscribers, which is insane. But obviously, the views do not reflect that. And imagine I do something drastically different with this channel that actually, you know, makes the channel somewhat relevant still. If I was to do something completely different other than Fortnite, but I would always still do the Fortnite item shops every single day. That is still never going away. That is something I have lived my life around for the past 7 years. I have zero reason to stop it now.
Yeah, and it's easy to make, even if he falls out of love with the item shop content, or maybe he is, but no matter what, it's such quick content that I think that like it is totally worth doing, even if you do not love it anymore.
I'm gonna keep doing that. But in terms of like actual other content that I want to make, I'm enjoying other things, and I want to maybe pursue content on this channel with that. But I would not mind getting into Fortnite content still. I have an idea where I want to talk about every chapter 1 skin in one video. I had this idea years ago where I wanted to do the first 1,000 skins as a skin review video.
I forgot he mentioned that in this video, dude. I've been waiting for that video for years.
I got extremely overwhelmed with that. They removed the rarities, which ruined the design of the video because it mentioned rarities. That was kind of an important talking point, and now I don't have that anymore. So I kind of want to do them by chapters. Maybe that would be less stress on me, but I have ideas for content. I can't bring myself to play this game right now. It's not that the game is bad. It's just that it's just so overwhelming, and I don't know what to do with.
You know, I mean, you can talk about the game without necessarily playing it. I've been playing like and it's not because I'm falling out of love with the game. It's just because my life has been getting busier and busier as a parent, is grinding. Like, again, I have, including YouTube, I have 3 jobs. I don't have a lot of time to just sit down and play Fortnite anymore, but I still love this game, and I can still talk about it even though I don't necessarily play it. Like recently, and I keep asking you guys for some feedback on the channel, which the audience retention reflects that it doesn't matter, but I'm always looking to improve the channel. I recently stopped putting gameplay, which is difficult to get now because I have to add time to sit down and actually get the gameplay. Because when I just sit down and I play with my friends, all of our face cams are there. So you can still talk about it without necessarily playing the game.
With it, like, I don't know. Talking about stuff with the channel, I might as well mention this with live streams. I have been live streaming the item shop quite frequently. This might disappoint some people when I say this, but I think I'm going to stop doing the item shop live streams. The main reason is because I get asked the same questions every single day about when I think something's going to come back to the shop, or can I ask someone to do something about the shops being so bad? And I'm just
you can just hear the, like, he doesn't do this, but you can just hear in his head going when people ask that.
I'm just kind of tired of it.
That's a little sad to see, because I actually enjoyed his live streams. I've been alternating between him and Clark, because they go live at the perfect time when I'm putting my baby to bed, and I just like pop an earphone in because I'm just sitting here rocking with a bottle, right? And sometimes it takes a long time to put my kid to bed. So I always listen. I always alternate between Clark Clint and iTalk's live streams, because both of them would go live at the perfect time that I'm putting my kid to bed. So Clark, you got another regular viewer. You need to go live more often, because then we could actually we can listen to him every day.
Could spend that time before the shop working on Fortnite content or some other kind of content. I feel as though also the live streams actually kind of take away from the views of the item shop views as well. I'm not entirely sure if that is the case, but
I would imagine that reflects it a little bit, because a lot of people who want to watch iTalk's videos, actually, that's, you know what? I never even thought about that. The days where I watch his live streams when I'm putting the baby to bed, I don't watch his item shop videos. I didn't even think about that. It probably does. A lot of people probably think that same way.
I feel as though it actually would be better if I just didn't live stream the shop anymore. That might be something I try. I want to see if that like makes a difference. It's not that I hate live streaming, but it's a matter of like, it's the same like comments every single day. And the thing that kind of gets me, and I understand this because this is a Fortnite channel, but if I'm talking about something that like I'm passionate about, or if I'm talking about a trip I just took and all the comments are just like Fortnite related stuff when I'm talking about has nothing to do with Fortnite, it's just a little frustrating. And it's like,
it's completely understandable, dude. It is completely understandable. But I always really enjoyed the vibe of his lives, just like the commentary videos. So hey, he has to take care of himself first, right?
I might as well be talking to a brick wall at that point. So I love to know your guys' thoughts on what I should do. I'm desperately just trying to figure out something I can do with the channel. I still love making content. It's just that Fortnite right now is just it just does not feel like the same game to me at all, and I would love feedback. I will be reading every comment on this video for...
And he's had a lot of really nice support on that video, and he's closing it out saying the same type of thing. So, like I said, guys, I've enjoyed his content for a very long time, and it's unfortunate that he's in this situation where he doesn't really know what to do, but I still think that there is a great avenue that he could pursue. And again, as a longtime supporter of his, I would really enjoy watching content on retro game commentary, the game collections. He just makes such good, and with the person that he is, he has such a good vibe with the commentary style videos that no matter what he does, I would end up supporting and I would watching. So if there's an off chance that you are not subscribed to iTalk, which again, if you're watching this channel, you likely are, just in case, pinned comment, description down below. Go show him some love. Go show him some feedback. There are fantastic videos over there. And a lot of evergreen stuff too if you're interested. But guys, if you want to watch another reaction video that we did on the channel, you can check this out right here. I'd love to have you over there. Thank you very much for watching the video, everybody. Take care, guys.